Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever been in one of those conversations where you're using the exact same words as the other person, but it just feels like you're speaking completely different languages? Well, today, we're going to dive into 4 really powerful academic ideas that get to the heart of why that happens, and, more importantly, what we can do about it. All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start with that common problem of just talking past each other. Then we'll explore the hidden parts of culture and, believe it or not, reality itself. From there, we'll look at our own perspectives and wrap it all up with a key skill for navigating this stuff. Okay, so first up, let's talk about that feeling. I'm pretty sure everyone has experienced this at some point.
Yeah, that feeling, it's so common, so frustrating. And according to Dr. M.M. Yi of Oxford University, there's a really fundamental reason for it. It's not just you.
So Dr. Yi explains that this breakdown in communication isn't random at all. It's often caused by these really deep-seated differences in our worldviews.
Right. So you've got all these things. Cultural differences, where we grew up, our politics, our beliefs. They all shape our assumptions about how the world works. But here's the thing. Just like an iceberg, the most powerful influences are the ones we can't even see. And that iceberg idea brings us to this classic, brilliant model for understanding culture, which was developed by the anthropologist Dr. E.T. Hall.
So what's so interesting about this is that it shows what we typically notice about a culture. The food, the dress, the music. That's just the 10% sticking out of the water. The real drivers of behavior, they're all hidden deep below. And this table just illustrates those layers perfectly. You've got the surface culture, right, the stuff we can all see. But just below that is shallow culture. These are the unspoken rules. Things like, how close do you stand to someone? What does being on time really mean? And then you go way down to deep culture. This is the unconscious stuff, core beliefs, our values, our concept of who we are. That's where the big misunderstandings happen. So, what if this whole idea of a vast, unseen world beneath the surface, what if that applies to more than just culture? This is a huge leap, but it takes us right into the philosophy of science. So let's explore how the philosopher of science, Dr. Ram Hare, actually maps out the nature of reality itself.
Dr. Hare's work is all about this idea called scientific realism. It's basically the view that, the world is out there whether we're looking at it or not, and we can learn about it, even the parts we can't see with our own eyes. He says the world science explorers can be split into 3 distinct realms. Okay, so realm 1 is stuff we can see directly, like blood circulating. Realm 2 is stuff we need tools for, think bacteria under a microscope. But realm 3, that's the really mind-bending one. These are things we can never observe directly, no matter how powerful our instruments get, like the inside of an atom. So the crucial point is, to understand realms 2 and 3, the invisible parts, scientists have to create models to represent what they believe is happening. And just like science uses models to understand reality, every single one of us has our own internal model for how the world works. And Dr. Yi has a name for this, our worldview.
Now, Dr. Yi presents 2 fundamentally different ways we can frame our reality. She calls them the popular view and the alternative paradigm. And you can just see from the pictures they are total opposites.
So the popular view is restrictive, it's exclusive, it often judges reality only in physical terms. It's kind of like a closed box. The alternative view, on the other hand, is open. It's inclusive. It acknowledges that, there are all these different aspects to human life, the physical, the social, the spiritual, and they're all part of the whole picture. And this, right here, is the real challenge. We often have no idea when our own worldview is the very thing limiting our ability to understand other people. Okay, so if we're all walking around with these hidden cultural icebergs and these conflicting worldviews, how on earth do we navigate it all? How do we work together? Well, this is where the work of Dr. Thomas Weekly on global leadership becomes absolutely essential. It's all about building a capacity to function across these invisible divides. And that skill is cross-cultural IQ, or CQ for short. This is the practical tool. Think of it as the ability to see beneath the surface, to understand those unspoken rules, and to respect the deep values that are driving other people. It's a game changer. So here's what you should take away from all this. To really communicate and lead effectively in this crazy, globalized world, you have to do these things. You have to acknowledge the invisible parts of culture. You have to appreciate that other people's views of reality are just as real to them as yours is to you. You've got to strive for an open mind. And you have to actively, intentionally work on your cross-cultural IQ. Ultimately,
Putting all these ideas together leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question to consider about our own perspective. Is the way you see the world a window that lets you see more, or is it a wall that blocks your view?